Sue, it's science friction.
Whoop whoop.
There's still got to be a better way to do that.
Yeah. We say that every time, but
I feel like I'm just, in this weird kind of, you know, strange thing. And yeah, I don't know. It's odd, but we will find a better way to do it. Um,
we will. We just don't think about it in between.
right? It's like we have to come up with
It's
something,
in this moment we're like, oh yeah,
right?
we have
Yeah,
to
because we're always in the moment when we do the thing. So,
yeah.
but yeah. This time we're traveling back to what 1983 or so to embrace my inner child because this is something you didn't see, which no
86.
86, yeah. So I
86.
feel bad for you that you didn't see this as it aired, uh, because yeah, man, 86 was the year for me. Well, not really, because 84 was a good year. Let's see, 84,
85.
yeah,
Back to the
84
Future.
was grade nine. This is grade 10. So this would have been grade 11 for me. So my parents obviously started to think that, well, grade 10, grade 11. My parents obviously started to think that maybe I shouldn't be watching like cartoons at that age. I mean, you're at that age where maybe you should be sleeping in Saturday mornings and then going to work as your part-time
Oh,
job. But
cartoons.
right?
I'm
Well,
50 and I can still do it.
that's the beauty of the VCR in the 80s, because if you missed it, you could still record it.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, I dug this. It was just this fun little weird show about we're talking about Galaxy High this year. This episode, and two kids from Earth get to go to Galaxy High. One of them's really, smart and, was the outcast kind of in on Earth, and then the other was, the jock, got to do all the
The
cool,
popular jock guy,
and then finds out,
not so good at school.
yeah, and
At
finds out that
grades,
he's
anyway.
not so great in space. And yeah, so we're taking a look at the first episode, which, the main trigger for this was that the series was created and the first episode was written by Chris Columbus, who would later go on
Yes.
things like, he would direct Home Alone, and he would direct, the first couple Harry Potters, and he's not an inexperienced director and writer. And yeah, it was fun. I still liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I like that, you know, all the voices sound really familiar. Nancy Cartwright is in there.
I
Um,
know. I had to like I still didn't recognize names, but well, Nancy Cartwright, yes, but um most of the names I didn't recognize.
but they sounded familiar,
Yeah,
which is wild. Like I was like, who played Doyle? Who's the main human? And I'm like, really? Because like he doesn't have
the
like,
main human boy.
yeah. And but you look him up and he's like, he was in the Transformers. He did the voice for the Predator and Predator 2. So there we are, bringing it back to Misfits. He did regular voice work for the Transformers TV series. So I'm like, all right, I probably knew you from other cartoons. And who was
Mostly a
it?
voice guy, I guess, because he doesn't even
Yeah,
have a photo on
right. Doesn't even have a
IMDb, so
photo.
it's like
And
no
Susan
idea.
Blue, like I swear, this is one of the shows where my I have a thing for girls who have like that kind of slightly not husky voice, but kind of,
Oh, like a little raspy-ish,
yeah.
kind
And I'm like, this
of.
must be where it came from,
It's from
or at least
Galaxy High. Do
partially.
you like girls with temporarily blue skin?
You know what? I've never been put in the situation where I've had to find out. I think maybe it's possible,
Maybe Avatar.
right? See, but they no, no. I I get that.
Smurfette, that's the only other one I got.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, going through her, she was doing, oh, she was a dialogue director. So okay, so she knows her stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just, yeah, for me, she was, well, no, sorry, there's just something about that voice, which is wild. But then there are names that I did recognize, because I just saw his name again as I scroll
I know. I'm
fascinatingly
like,
through
I
the
got
IMDb page.
IMDb up here.
Um, Henry Gibson is Amy's locker, and Henry
Oh
Gibson
yeah.
so much. It's just hilarious that he's in this. So I think, it's wild, man. That you know, he's done so many things, and I just love it. So yeah, so these two Earth people end up at Galaxy High, and even in Galaxy High, there are cliques apparently.
Yeah. They just they role reverse from their earthly
Yeah,
personalities. Not personalities, but
no, but it kind of shows that the message is, you kind of need to, make an effort. You need to study.
yeah, study
Chris
books.
Columbus getting his message in there.
I know.
Hmm.
You can't get
Which is,
by on looks and athleticism. And yet, ironically, it's like kind of his athleticism that
yeah, helps him win
gets
the
him
day.
off the
Yeah.
floor, off the bottom rung.
And it's weird because, they're in space and yet all the writing is in English. But
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
You can't. The only way to make it any different would be to have them all speak with British accents, but that's more of
Right. Star Wars thing.
a medieval thing or Star Wars thing.
And
Yeah,
then they
true.
were bad guys. Or at least raised by bad guys. So yeah.
True.
Yeah. It's weird. But I mean, it's fun. The animation obviously very, very kind of traditional 80s kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it was along the lines of your Scooby Doo, or
Right.
it had a lot of even the sound effect, like Flintstones too.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of the sound effects were the same, like the whoop whoop
Yeah.
whoop 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 as they're running, or
Yeah. And there's a shh when there's from Star Trek when they go through doors.
yeah,
There it is.
yeah, it's all there.
Oh yeah. Doesn't mean it's bad.
It's
No.
just
Yeah. But
it
I enjoyed it,
it fits in
man.
with its time.
Yeah. Because I know I saw this episode, but I didn't really remember it. But I
It
mean,
was good too with I can't remember what the actual stat was, but like the boys outnumbering the girls by so much
three
that
to
like
one.
a girl is special.
3-1.
Like the girls are even like there's no competition whatsoever. So the girls are all like, "Ooh, another girl. You're
Right?
cool and you're smart."
Yeah. And she was. And you got to
Yeah.
dig that. I love stuff like that.
They place value on something other.
And honestly, that is exactly why I went to the university that I did, because that was the ratio.
Yeah.
And I still struck out. So,
Yeah, yeah, that worked out for you.
yep.
Anyway,
Oh, well.
it was not like Galaxy High.
No, no. But oh, well. It is what it was. But it was fun, man. I had a good time with it. Even watching it though, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if all of this would fly today.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
At
my
one
brain,
point, I was like, they should try it, like, but live action,
yeah, right. That could be fun.
right? Like, it might, and be a little less like, because again, you have to skew for a younger audience
Hmm.
generally.
Yeah,
Although
works, man.
Degrassi works for like we grew up watching people our age. Um,
Yeah,
so it might still depending on the kind of stories you were telling, I guess.
right. It's true.
That'd be pretty much maybe kids all over the galaxy have the same kind of problems
Right.
and
Sure.
the same kind of concerns.
Or you just make it, maybe our look at the way we look at something isn't necessarily the way it could be looked at.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really putting the message in there now.
Oh,
I've been listening to a lot of
and
Star
I
Trek
mean, like
lately.
it's even more than regular high school is a bubble. Like this is literally off the planet. It's in the middle of space. So, like nobody goes home for lunch. Nobody goes home after school.
No, there's no time for that.
No, we didn't even see where they stay. We just see that their lockers carry all their stuff around for them.
Right. And
But
they
where
talk
they
about,
sleep at night and stuff, we have no idea
and I
yet.
think, didn't they talk about how it was an exchange?
Yeah.
So who went
Whoa, does that mean
first?
aliens are
Yeah.
on Earth going to high school?
Or, and what do they look like? Or more importantly, do they even get to leave like the holding facility that they're in?
Yeah,
And
seriously.
then you could deal with the whole fact, like, are they being treated better in space than the people on Earth? And yeah,
Yeah.
man, look at us breaking a
You
new
could do
version of
it
the
without white kids, or not without, but
show.
you could do something
Do it without
a
white
little
people.
more expansive. have
Yes,
a broader,
diversity is very important.
yeah.
I love, yeah, I love the idea of us.
Because I mean, like, all the aliens are obviously different, and they're all getting along in their
Yeah.
own way.
So, what's our problem?
Piper's decided to join
I
us.
saw this black wave pass across the bottom of the screen.
How about you stay down?
Oh, Piper.
Honestly, some people's children.
So yeah, diversity, absolutely, definitely needed more of that. But we always need more of that. I can't argue enough for more of that.
I know. And like, yeah, so that's what I was gonna say is that everybody's different at Galaxy High.
Yeah.
So,
So why would it
um,
be a bad thing? Yeah, to
yeah.
have more, more.
So it would be interesting to see like if they did some if they did a legit exchange and had some kind of alien, even if they were humanoid kids going to high school. And it was like they picked them both from the same high school, like all over the world.
Yeah,
You want two Earthlings, you get to pick one from each.
we seem to be like maybe from central to western kind of United States,
Yeah.
because that's going to be the
Always the
best
way.
in the world. Hate to shock you, aliens, but probably not. But I think for the time, it was easier to pitch that for a
Oh, of course. It would still be easier now, but it would be better if
yeah. I mean, part of
it was
me
like a more
there was a whole
diverse selection.
almost Futurama thing going on in this.
Yeah.
And Futurama, despite its two leads being predominantly Caucasian, uh, it's a diverse looking bunch of crew.
Yeah.
You know,
Everybody else, there was even that chef guy behind you that had the Italian accent.
right? Because that didn't sound
It
too
was
rich.
promptly mocked by Doyle.
Yep, that's gonna cause a problem.
The only
But
one who looks remotely human is Milo, but he's
yeah,
got 8 arms. 6 arms? 8 arms? 8 arms.
yeah. Who knew, man? But I mean, I think the big issue was that not that there was too many aliens, but you couldn't tell who, if anybody else was related to anybody else. That was awesome.
Piper.
Piper across the screen. Whereas George is dead asleep. So he's a good boy.
She
But
sleeps all day, but here we go.
right, I love the fact that the aliens are so diverse, but you couldn't tell if, you know, if
Yeah.
they came from some other planets. But I mean, maybe that would be something you could explore in the new series. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, I'm arguing strongly for a reboot.
Reboot.
Yeah, you don't have to retcon it, and you don't. Requel doesn't need to happen, but reboot this, yeah, man.
Yeah. I
You
guess
know,
it wouldn't have to be live action either. I mean, you can
no, but
always do
I
more
like
in
that
animation.
idea because
But
now CG and stuff will let you do so much.
yeah.
So and
Again, it would depend on the kind of stories you want to tell.
yeah,
And
and
how
you
much
could
you wanted
make
to
it.
draw people in versus being like
Yeah.
a Piper, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it went. I think it's under my chair.
Pay
Knocks a
attention to
pen.
me. Evil cats everywhere.
Seriously.
But I mean, you could, if it was a continually running thing, you could, introduce like maybe the exchange group is a little bigger. Maybe it's like 5 students from all over the globe.
Yeah.
And then,
And do they get along automatically because they're human? Or
right?
do they like join their little
Yeah.
cliques based on
And then you can kind
their
of grow with
personalities?
them for like a season, 2 seasons, and depending on what grade they're in, they obviously start to rotate out anyway because hey,
Yeah.
yeah. So there could be legs on this thing. Chris Columbus, call us. We've got a format. We know how it could work, and we need
And
right.
yeah, like do you want to keep it light and fluffy as a reprieve in the day or
I think you could do both.
dig a little deeper and yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's the worst. The worst cat is on my desk right now.
Yeah. And I am stripping on camera because it is getting a little warmer here.
I'm freezing. I've got a blanket on. I've got long sleeves, and then I've got a plaid, and then I've got a blanket.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, I love the idea of rebooting it and then kind of you could live action cast it, and it would be easy, not easier to do, obviously.
No, of course not.
But I mean, because with animation, you're planning out everything, and it can take now like 6 months to a year to animate like a single episode.
Yeah.
I learned that from watching Star Trek Lower Decks. So that means you'd have to have all your storylines plotted for your entire season before you even and recorded, vocally before even sending it away to do
Yeah,
that.
true.
Oh,
You may
live
as well
action.
just shoot it and add in
Yeah,
the effects in post.
live action reboot, 23 episodes. That's a school year. Boom, you're done.
Yeah.
Actually, no, school year is 32 episodes. Could you
Oh,
do
that's
32
disgusting.
episodes? Yeah. 32 weeks? Who knows? Could be fun. I like it though.
And I guess they go home in the summer. You could actually follow them over the summer too,
Ah,
just
oh
to see
man.
like how they re
Your,
re-engage with their.
your phone's about with to ring from the production office because you're like, that is too much, Sue. Too much. Think of the locations, think of the cost.
Yeah, but at least the Earth ones would be much cheaper.
Mhm. I like that
I
idea.
mean, we saw Harry back at
Yeah,
Privet Drive, right?
right. This
And
could be
still not getting along with
fun.
friends, even though he's the most popular boy at Hogwarts.
But
So
then,
then, like, you could change things up a bit because obviously, if you go to high school in space, you're gonna
yeah,
change a little bit. You're gonna grow,
yeah. Or do you? Because what's
or
it like?
maybe not.
Oh, you mean
But how do you go
emotionally?
back to your other friends and stuff? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
Does Doyle go back still like an obnoxious jock, or
yeah. Or
has everybody moved on in the 8 months or whatever that they're in school, and then
or you could, and like you said, you could
you
follow,
like you missed all the gossip, you missed everybody's like
yeah, follow
big
an anime
moments.
character home as well, and kind of see what they're like, and hey, do they do a summer camp?
Suddenly you've got parents again.
Right?
Okay.
Because that changes it a lot too.
Can
Yeah,
you
I dig
borrow
it.
the car after driving a spaceship?
Right?
I don't know.
Or a skateboard, as Doyle found out. So,
Yeah, it was a space skateboard.
and how much of this technology you know, are the American governments getting, or is it just a learning experience for kids, not kids, but like teenagers to kind of
Yeah.
grow, as is it to introduce them to the bigger world beyond Earth, to kind of maybe enlighten them. Who knows?
Yeah. Because I mean, like, unless you're doing an abduction story, the rest of the world has to know there's a bigger world out there.
Right?
Like,
And
did they
we don't,
just take the kids and then
and
drop
we
them
don't
off?
know, because we're not going to exactly plug exactly what time we're recording this, but there have been possibilities revealed in the past couple of weeks. That's all we're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
No, man. Oh, man. Chris Columbus, call us, man. We've broken this wide open for you. And you'll need
You're
writers.
welcome.
So we could write for you. Yeah. We could have a lot of fun doing something like this. But yeah, I
What did one
remember.
of the guys call Doyle, like Earthbag or something like that, as an insult?
There was something like
It was
that.
something like, "Get out of here, Earthbag." It's like that's pretty great. I don't remember what it is now, but it was
But I'm
something
like,
like
what does
that.
it? And his shirt says Earth stinks and stuff like that. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
come on. It's an
like specifically out of every planet in the galaxy.
because then you could do something like Futurama did, where they created their own alphabet and
Hmm.
people figured it out, which is amazing. Yeah, man, this could be so much fun to reboot this. And
Yeah,
I love the live action idea because then because
I was
yeah,
thinking that like it was fairly early on when I was watching it. I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to do this as live action. It
mhm,
would like pull you in a little more.
because then it gets back to that discussion we had about I think it was Misfits of Science, where you skew higher uh,
Hmm.
for was it Misfits of Science that we talked about that? Right? Who knows?
I'm not even sure.
But yeah, we talked about how you had to you know age up people
Yeah.
Oh, Matthew Starr. That's what it was. Matthew Starr.
Oh yeah, because everybody's like 30, but they're in
Yeah.
high school.
But I mean, if you make the stories relatable enough, you're going to get that the
Yeah.
audience exactly that you're looking for, and probably get a younger and older audience, older for nostalgia, and younger kind of saying, oh, "I want to watch it because then I'll feel like a big kid."
Yeah.
And then you can make space.
And if it's something that's relatable to 14,
Yeah,
15-year-olds, then
because who says
like
that?
that's why Degrassi worked, right? It
Oh
was
my
just like
god,
normal
I'm
kids that
sure.
were
Yeah,
exactly like everybody else.
yeah, yeah, man. Oh my god, Degrassi in space basically is what we're pitching here.
Yeah.
Chris Columbus, call us.
Dig Dig Galaxy. Nope, that doesn't
But
work.
I'm sure somewhere along the way we could work something in there so people would catch little Degrassi references
Of course.
from the planet D apostrophe Grassy. Degrassi.
Degrassi.
Yeah. Well, one, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, it
I
was
mean, I don't know. I was trying to figure out if it was something I would have liked as a kid,
it totally was. I totally dug this.
or if it was like, because at the beginning when I was like, oh, of course, like, stay in school, kids, is basically the
Right?
message.
There was a huge
Study
mess.
hard.
Yeah.
You can't get by on your looks alone.
Nope. No matter how cool you think you are. Although I've got to give Doyle credit. He didn't seem to be overly worried about what the girls look like.
Yeah.
He was just like,
He
"Hey,
was just excited. And even when like
he's an Earth boy."
he saw everybody, he was like, hello.
Yeah,
I know. You're probably very excited to see me.
which I'm like, damn, that's that to have that level of self confidence. I'm like, good job, man. Even if it's a little misplaced, but good job. And the whole little subplot with Creep was
hmm
it wasn't quite on the nose, but it was there.
Yeah.
And then
I'm like,
like
nope, I don't want to.
chained together, and then the guy comes along and just snaps it with scissors. I'm like, that's pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like the character idea was cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And then, but you'd get awfully tired of the one girl asking, "Oh, have we met?" all the
Yeah.
time. It'd be a little annoying.
Okay, Dory.
But I love that,
Unless she's voiced by Ellen DeGeneres, I don't want to
right?
hear it.
But I did like that you could if she was partially transparent, so you could see her brain inside her head.
Yeah.
But then but then that opens all kinds of questions about ocular nerves and stuff. But anyway, it was a
No,
cartoon.
they went into a room that was literally called Science Laboratory.
But their gym is an actual physical building that walks around and gets exercise.
Yeah. Has a deep voice
Yeah.
because his name is Jim.
But yeah, I still think there was a lot of potential for this one, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So there we go.
Especially now that I had the idea to make it live action.
Right. See, but that's how we do this. This is why we do the show, so we can figure out what do you do with it. And
We've
yeah,
got it.
and then you could find some way to homage the original series anyway by like, pictures in the background or reuse of something like just
Yeah.
or one of the things you do in class where they show like educational clips or whatever, and it ends up being like a clip from the show or whatever. Yeah, just
Yeah, true.
something like that. I don't know. There's so much,
We
Sue.
leave it to you, Chris Columbus.
No, Chris Columbus, leave it to us. But you have to hire us first. Call us. Very, very cool, Sue.
Yeah.
We figured out. Reboot it.
Yeah.
We are
Simple. No problem.
nailing this thing, Sue.
We are.
We
Not
are
bad at all.
We are saving 80s television for the modern era.
And we're telling you what to avoid
Right?
or how to do it better so that you don't have to avoid it.
Yeah, so you don't have to. See, we got this. We know what we're doing.
We do. We really do.
I love it. Love it.
So now we just have to figure out what we're doing next week.
That is, well, I think I kind of forced this pick on you, so feel free to force
Oh,
something.
yeah. I don't know then. Maybe something is out there
Okay. Well, let's
Or maybe Small Wonder. We'll
yeah,
discuss.
let's record the wrap up so I know where to cut.
Yeah.
And then yes, and then we'll keep talking. All right.
Okay.
So there we go, Sue. We've done this is actually episode 6 because I did the count the other day. This is
Oh,
episode
very nice.
and we've decided that hey, Galaxy High, you can get a reboot. Chris Columbus needs to call us, and if you know how to get us in touch with Chris Columbus or just want to listen to our show, make sure you find us on Spotify and SoundCloud, and feel free to tweet at me at MindReels, and Sue is.
At Mara Jade 29 SM.
You notice how I didn't step on it this time?
No, I know.
I'm learning. But
And
yes,
if you have ideas for a show that we should check out
yes,
and
please.
discuss, let
Yeah,
us know.
let us know because there's so much out there. There could be like shows that neither of us remember, and I will happily sit down and watch something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Maybe we'll even have other people come on and talk about them with us too
What a good idea.
as we roll into this more.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. So yes, but until then, check out Galaxy High or not. Sit in touch with Chris
It's
Columbus
available on YouTube, and so are
and
we.
get us to work. Yeah, perfect. And we will see you next time for more science friction.
Science friction. Whoop, whoop.
Love it.